Hi, I'm Irvy, and I want to start this video off by saying that I have tried to film this already several times, and I keep messing up. And I think that's just because I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't been in front of any camera for a long time, which is kind of what this video is actually about. I haven't really posted on my Instagram or on my YouTube for some time, so I want to update you on why that is and what my intentions for the future are. So a very long story short, essentially my account was put in Instagram jail because for the simple reason that Instagram was acquired by Facebook, they changed the algorithms, and essentially any account that was a little bit larger, especially ones that were using hashtags of a certain nature, Instagram penalized them and put them in Instagram jail. If you think back to Instagram about last July, August, I bet you'll recall a lot of the people that you follow, especially the larger accounts, posting things like, "Oh, Instagram changed their algorithm. Make sure to like this post so it'll show up in your feed, and make sure you get notifications on," that sort of thing. Well, that's what happened, and my account went into Instagram jail until I started to pay for posts. And there was no way for me to get out of this Instagram jail until I started to promote certain posts. And when I did, my account got unlocked. But at that point, overall, even though my account was no longer in Instagram jail, my reach to my audience was reduced. So what happened was, when you would make a post, that post is shown to a limited part of your audience. And if that part that it was shown to, if they don't engage, like, or comment on that post, it doesn't get pushed out to the rest of your audience. So you don't get in front of people. And I was extremely discouraged because leading up to that, I had been working on things for months for my website, for content for both Instagram and YouTube. But when that happened, I was like, okay, I lost all my reach in a day. Like, the rug was pulled under me and I couldn't reach any of my audience. So all of this hard work basically felt like it went down the drain. And at first I didn't know what happened. I had to do a lot of research, and honestly, I was just completely demoralized after having worked for so long and so hard on certain things to have Instagram basically block my account for my followers. It was a blow and a half because the timing was just right. And the reasons for why my account was put in a block was just it was even worse. And it wasn't because I did something wrong. It was because I was using certain hashtags which are known, like weight loss and fat loss. They know that those types of pages probably make money. And if you have above a certain threshold of followers, they automatically just block you until you basically pay to reach your own audience. It's not even that you pay to reach the wider audience, but the majority of the money that you spend on an ad actually goes towards pushing this ad in front of your own followers. So this made me really bitter. And look, don't get me wrong. As a business, you need to spend money to make money. And I'm okay with that completely. I get it. But how this happened, how it went down, and it happened without warning. And a lot of it was my fault because I put all my eggs in one basket, right? I just relied heavily and only on Instagram, really, to interact with my followers. And at that time, I didn't know better. So this hour-long video that I made about blah, 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 all the details of what happened, even what I'm saying right now is to me a little bit too much, but it's hard to say this is what happened without saying what actually happened. Not only was I demoralized by what had happened, but why it happened. And also that while my Instagram, which is about empowerment and self-improvement and changing your life for the better, it was blocked so that I have to pay to play on Instagram. Meanwhile, all of these accounts that are just asses, all of that is okay. All of that is being pushed out to the audience. It's all in the discovery pages, and that's no problem. All the hashtags on those photos, no problem. But oh, you want to make the world a better place? well, no good deed goes unpunished. Honestly, that's what it felt like. And I'm pretty sure you can sense when I think of that time that like, I was bitter about the fact that like smutty stuff was just rampant, and things that I think really matter, like improving your life, having a better mindset, that was being bottlenecked and could only reach almost nobody or very few people. So if you think back to that time, I'm sure you'll remember a lot of Instagram people posting things like, like this post, the algorithm changed, or, turn on your notifications so you're notified when I post, and please like so that it would be pushed to a wider audience and all that stuff. Essentially, that happened to my account, and I tried to fix it at first, and I did, but when I did, I just became like a bitter Betty about it, and it is what it is. So that's why I stopped posting for a while. Because even still, after things got fixed, my audience reach was still reduced. And I said, the amount of work that goes into like creating content for Instagram and for YouTube to only reach a fraction, not even a fraction, like a minuscule portion of your own followers, to me was just like, at the same time as all this was happening, I was going through like a lot of personal changes. I was realizing a lot of things about my life and like having all these like insights and revelations about things that weren't related to like my business. And it was just, everything was too much. And I said, okay, I feel like all of this is just a sign that like I need to step back. So that's what I did. And I didn't tell anybody about it. I just felt like I did not want to be online at all. So I just pulled back, and that was that. When I was ready to come back to Instagram at around like February-ish, I started to post again, like January, February. Then slowly the reality of the coronavirus situation happened, and I was like, oh my God, there's so many, I wanted to make statements on it, but I was like, you know what, there's so many people talking, like there's too much noise. And all the people that are talking are not the ones who are actually experts. It's just a bunch of opinions and like a lot of misinformation. And I just didn't want to partake in it in any capacity because there was just too much noise that was drowning out legitimate experts who were, experiencing this in real time at the same time as everyone else was. And they were trying to spearhead this problem, trying to help society. And there's all of these people just talking nonsense. And I was like, I don't want to contribute to that nonsense. And I just felt like it was the wrong time for me to come back to social media. When I started to think about it again, like shortly thereafter, I started thinking about, I should do an update video. Then, the Black Lives Matter movement happened. And I also didn't want to make comments or statements on that issue because, well, yes, Black Lives Matter. Absolutely. I'm 100% in support of this. But I didn't want to come out and talk because there's too many people talking that should have been listening. And I just felt like it was inappropriate for me to, give my 2 cents. Other than that, honestly, I feel like now, like talking about the rest of the things that I'd like to say is almost trivial, but I guess we're always going to have issues that we're going to have to face as a society because utopia, I don't think we'll ever get there, but it's worth striving for. So that being said, last year before all the issues with my Instagram account happened, I had the intention of taking things more on like a personal development and a self-improvement route. I mean, my content has always been about empowerment and about self-improvement, but I just want to take it up a notch. I've scrapped everything that I'd worked on for those few months before, like, all that stuff with Instagram happened. I've scrapped it and I want to start afresh because honestly, in a way, although it was really horrible at the time and really discouraging, looking back on it, it feels like a blessing in disguise. And it kind of shifted my perspective. And not just from like what happened, but also my life has changed a lot in the last year and how I think. So in a way, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. One of the things that I would really like to incorporate into my channel is have like maybe a weekly or bi-weekly sort of episode or segment, if you will, of like Ask Irvy, where my viewers or followers on Instagram, wherever, they ask me questions and then I answer them in this Ask Irvy segment. I've always wanted to do this, but I felt like I was pigeonholing myself to just weight loss when I really wanted to talk about like a lot of other things. If you have any questions, and I mean about anything like life, love, relationships, friendships, like you name it, anything goes, anything goes. Just ask me in the comments below or on my Instagram, wherever. So we'll select a few of the best questions, try to not make the videos too long and just maybe do them like once every couple of weeks, maybe once a week. We'll see how it goes. So let me know. And yeah, so that's it for now. I hope that you have a good weekend and a safe weekend. Make sure to take care of yourself and each other. With that, Irvy out.